And now, a true musical genius who needs no introduction. Oh.
That's it. All the hype, and that's it. So, after that sorry excuse of a Super Bowl, I decided to take a look at Band Geeks, the Spongebob episodes the whole fuss was about. It is often regarded by many as one of the best, if not the best Spongebob episode of all time. But does it really hold up? Well, considering that I haven't really watched Spongebob in years, I can't say it with absolute certainty, but if I look at it in the bubble, it is hard to say otherwise. This episode barely has any noteworthy flaws, and it's just funny. I'm not gonna go over every single joke, but with every other line being a quotable meme, you know it to be true.
Is mayonnaise an instrument?
No, Patrick, mayonnaise is not an instrument. Horseradish is not an instrument either.
Now, SpongeBob spawned many memes over the years, and a lot of episodes are funny. And there's a case to be made that there are a lot of episodes that are objectively funnier than Band Geeks, so what makes it so special? Well, in the end it boils all down to Squidward. This is the first time an episode featuring him isn't about making him as miserable as possible. We are actually supposed to root for him instead. He doesn't behave quite like a jerk, as he only wants to one-up Squilliam. And when things don't go his way, we feel sorry for him, and we cheer when he succeeds against all odds at the end. Up to this point, Squidward basically existed only so he can be annoyed by SpongeBob. Nothing went his way. Basically all episodes he appeared in had him suffering. But on the flip side, he also hardly had any redeeming qualities either. He was a lazy jerk who is full of himself and often was annoyed by SpongeBob for no reason. The one positive moment he had up to this point was when he stood up for SpongeBob at the end of Pizza Delivery.
Another one? Look, I told your little friend I ain't paying for that!
Well, this one's on the...
Did he change his mind?
He sure did. Ate the whole thing in one bite.
So, Squidward usually gets what he deserves, something late episodes tend to forget as the show developed a habit of punishing Squidward for nothing, which makes the time something positive happens to him stand out by default. So one of the reasons Band Geek is so fondly remembered is because it throws Squidward a bone. The confusing thing is that Squidward arguably didn't deserve to win in this episode. He lies to Squilliam about having a band, and to say it with his own words,
Don't lie. Lying always makes it worse.
Yeah, interestingly enough, the season 3 episode Squidward Returns serves a bit as an antithesis to Band Geeks. Both episodes are about Squidward lying to Squilliam about being successful. In Band Geeks, he says that he has his own successful marching band and must organize it within a couple of days, while in Squidward Returns, he lies about having a 5-star restaurant and only has a few hours to set everything up. Both times it seems like he's about to fail and is about to tell Squilliam that he can't do it, only for SpongeBob saving him last minute, either by actually convincing everyone to take their practice seriously in Band Geeks, or by becoming the ultimate waiter in Squilward Returns. So while the details are somewhat different, both episodes basically have, broadly speaking, the same plot and structure, but they end differently. Band Geeks has Squidward succeeding, but in Squilward Returns, Squidward gets humiliated when the truth is revealed. And I think this episode is pretty great as well, and I don't think that it is undermined by the fact that Squidward loses here. He arguably deserved it. He lied to Squilliam just to make himself look better, and relies on the few people he knows to help him out. People he doesn't even like, mind you, and usually avoids. And yeah, the same thing can be said about Band Geeks, only that he relies on even more people to take pity on him. I mean, SpongeBob's speech says it all. He never did anything for anyone, so how can he expect anyone to do something for him, let alone learning to be part of a marching band in less than a week? So, is Squidward technically deserved to lose in this one? How can it be that we still enjoy seeing him succeeding? Well, there are two reasons for this. For one, in Squilward Returns, the episode lampshades how petty the entire conflict actually is.
Please, Mr. Krabs, you gotta help me. When they get here tonight, they're gonna see I'm just a big phony and a loser.
Oh, boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
This is serious.
I know. This really is the world's smallest violin. See?
In Band Geeks, however, it is played rather straight, and Squidward feels genuine heartbroken when everything starts falling apart. He feels sorry for him because he feels so miserable. Furthermore, Band Geek is the episode which introduces Squilliam, and he is immediately portrayed as a bigger jerk than Squidward could ever be. We want to see Squidward one-up him. Another big difference between the two episodes is that Squidward only meets Squilliam by chance and brings up that Aaron can be a big shot in Bikini Bottom himself. In this case, Squidward made the first move and provoked Squilliam, who only wanted him to back up his claim. In Band Geeks, on the other hand, Squilliam only contacted Squidward to rub his success into his face. And he makes the offer that Squidward can take his place at the game because he knows that Squidward doesn't have a band. So that offer is supposed to rub it in even further. Squilliam is far more aggressive here and is the one to provoke Squidward. So yeah, while it appears like a minor difference, you could say that Squidward in Squilliam Returns had it common while the Squidward in Band Geeks was provoked and tricked into accepting this challenge. Well, but the one thing that Band Geeks certainly has over Squilliam Returns is the end scene. Sweet Victory is simply a pretty amazing song, and a song of this magnitude sorta contrasts the funny character designs of the show, which makes it just funnier. It's a simply iconic moment, which is both chilling and funny at the same time. Quite a shame that they didn't play it during the last Super Bowl. And with that being said, let's wrap things up. Band Geeks certainly is one of my all-time favorites. Is it the best SpongeBob episode ever? Depends how you look at it. There are episodes that have a better plot, there are some episodes that are funnier, but it is easily one of the best overall packages the show has to offer. And I do think that it holds up a little bit better than Squilliam Returns, though I like it almost as much. But what about you? Did you like Band Geeks? Do you prefer Squilliam Returns? Were you also disappointed when you watched the Super Bowl? Let me know in the comments below. I am Tricky Fox. Stay foxy.
Sly as a fox, you got me under your spell. But you know I'll never tell that I know you know so well. Some